Tell when this thing starts. Hello everyone, Eva Bussum here, and I am back for more crafty goodness. I'm gonna get my cord around away from that. Let's move that better. Today we're gonna be working with Stippled Roses, but we're gonna start in just a couple of minutes. We're not gonna start right away. Curtains are bugging me still. I gotta get a darker set so much light doesn't come through. I realize we only have one more week for celebration, so I hope you'll take a chance, an opportunity. Go check it out. They got a lot of great products. So many amazing bundles, stamp and die bundles. And a lot of them are red rubber or cling. I'm going to be using the Stippled Roses today, which again is that red rubber, that cling that a lot of people love. You know, it's not the photopolymer. I'll be using lots of that over the summer and into the fall. But I wanted to bring Stippled Roses back just for one more chance, one more time, so that we could showcase a little bit more of it. I'm normally one and done and I move on, but I don't have enough to carry me through. So I'm going to have to place an order next month, but that's okay. If you are here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want, you know, after the live is done. But we're going to be just working with an A2 note card. See that shadow that it's creating? Ooh, that's harsh on me. So we're going to be creating a simple A2 note card. Nothing too strenuous, but I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. We're going to be stamping off to get a lighter color because I don't have the exact color. I don't have Pool Party. I have Coastal Cabana, which is just like a step up, and it's a little greener, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a little bit on the green side. Also, don't forget to check out the new online exclusives coming. I think it's March 5th. March 5th or March 6th. I can't wait to get my hands on those. What I've been seeing, they're pretty cool. I don't know what else. I'm still working on the drawer, so I'm going to give you guys an update on the drawers that I've got behind me, my Alex drawers. And then probably update on like the tools and what's in each of my cubbies on the other side and stuff. So I hope you guys will stick around for that. But it is 4 o'clock. I'm going to get going on this. I don't want to spend all of your time doing this, but let's go ahead and create. So again, we're going to be working with the stippled, on my card. It was on my dies. So the Stippled Rose bundle, which includes the stamp set and the die set. So we'll just sneak peek some of those dies right there. It's available now for purchase. If you don't have a demonstrator, do a search. Find somebody in your local area. Support your local Stampin' Up! Community. And if you don't have somebody, hey, Kathy. So it's really funny because Kathy and I were talking about how lives go and stuff and how I present myself. And I've always presented myself as I'm talking to my friends. Sometimes your friends don't want to hear about what you got to say. So it's just one of those things. And it's like, oh, good, she's here. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, like and share, share it if you like it so that your friends can start watching me and stuff like that. It would be great. So our colors today are going to be Pretty Peacock, Garden Green, and Coastal Cabana. And some of those might not be the full-on color. Some of them may be stamped off. That's my hope. I've already got everything pre-cut but not stamped. So I've got just a little strip. Didn't measure it. Just kind of put it out there. So do I. It's one of my favorite color combinations. It's also like Lost Lagoon, Fresh Freesia, and Highland Heather. It just goes together really well. I'll show you that color combination. It just goes perfectly together. So, over the next couple months, I'm going to be focusing on getting more tools, more items for making crafty goodness. And as soon as I get those, I will share them with you. I don't really want to do unboxings per se because that gets a little boring after a while. But I do want to share with you guys how I go about picking and choosing. And then when the new catalog comes out, and by then I should be back with Stampin' Up! Around that time. When the new catalog comes out, I will be, I didn't even check to see, my volume wasn't all the way up. I will be back with friends and we'll discuss what our favorite things are, what we love about the new catalog, what we don't like about the new catalog, and just run from there. Because everybody has their likes and their dislikes. You know, it's not really a dislike, it's just a preference. And that's the way it goes. So, let me go ahead and get this straightened up. We'll get you up in the cheap seats. Takes two bumps on that. And I can't wait. If I can hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to get the husband on board with getting me a better setup for my computer and everything else. So I grabbed a piece of cardstock that's just a little bit bigger than my die. And I don't have a stamp block this big. Whoa! Why is it doing that? I'm going to move my phone down a little bit. It's never done that before. I don't know why it's doing it now. Where's my off button? I got a little bit more. Oh, I know why it's doing it, because my light's up there. It's offsetting the light, the weight. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to take that off and put that on the back here. Just rearrange that light. It'll be a little darker than usual, but I'll fix that. I was wondering, why was it leaning forward? Anyway, I want a better setup. Just point A, point B, point C, point Z. So just a piece of white cardstock, just a little bit bigger than what my die is. So we're going to move our die out of the way. I'm going to grab my Misty, which is already prepped for my cling stamp. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick this in the middle where you guys can see it. A little further up. We're going to lay that on there. Get it in there nice and neat. So we've got about the same amount of reveal all the way around for the die. Just knocked my phone stand over. Okay, we're just going to push that in there. But because I don't want Coastal Cabana, I want more of a pool party look, I got to stamp off. So I'm just going to grab my scratch sheet. And I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to get it really inked up on... Let's see if I can show you. So I've got it super inked up, and I want to stamp off, but I want to do it gentle. I don't want to pounce on it. I just want gentle. I want an even layer of the color to come off, and you can see that it's not even, so I got to do it again. I'm going to do this again, because sometimes we stamp a little harder in certain areas than we do others. So I just want to make sure that it's stamped off, and again, we're going to do it a little bit even. We don't need all of the color to come off. We just need some of it to come off. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp. And this one I'm going to push nice and hard so that color shows up. I want it soft. I don't want it in your face. So you see how nice and soft that is? That's what I'm looking for. I don't need anything hard. So I prefer to clean my stamps as soon as I'm done with them. So we're just going to clean this up real quick, and then we'll get it put away. And our ink as well. But I think something about how soft it looks, it just makes it look beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to put my wipies away. And then if you want to, you can always use this for another project. Save it. Don't throw it away. So now I need to line it up. And you can see what I'm talking about. It's got a little bit of a darker color in certain spots, but on overall, it's nice and soft. So I love that. Other way. And just twist until you got everything lined up beautifully. There we go. Almost lined up, and then I moved it with my finger because it's a little wet from the baby wipe. I love it. I love using the ink to make stuff look softer, because a lot of people don't expect it. They expect it to be the full color and that's it. But stamping off just takes it to the next level, especially when you've got a large, bold stamp. It also works for building backgrounds too, which I love. So it is going to get noisy because I wanted to show you that, so I didn't pre-cut. So let me run this through my die cutting machine real quick. Lots of tips and tricks today. So we're just going to pop that out. So we're going to set that aside. And then that's the only die cutting we're going to do. So at least it isn't loud for hours. Hey, Deborah. Like I said, so it's just one thing. So I think it looks really pretty. You could come in here with a little bit of gold watercolor or like a Winkestella of some color and add a little splatter to it. It would be great. So my next bit of sneaky advice is you got die cuts, but you want to fill them up with color on a brush. But you know as well as I do, these little pieces, oh, they're going to catch terrible. So put them back in the piece. Don't throw it away. If you're doing multiples, just save one. You can see here it's quite close to the edge over here. It doesn't even connect. So I might add another piece of the tape we were just using. I'm going to add it right there on the end. And you can use that to fill in with your colors. So again, I'm going to reach for my colors. This time we're going to be using the Pretty Peacock and the Garden Green. I'm going to start with Garden Green. No pinks, no yellows, no blues, just a little bit of color today. So this entire piece is green, so we're just going to fill that in. And I am going dark. Okay, I'm going as dark as I can, but I'm not going to go dark on every single area. You see how I'm using the leftover? I'm going to come in here where it's got the stems at and stuff. I'm going to come in here and get those a little bit darker. And you can do it lighter too. You can brush off your ink and just come in a little lighter. And then when you're done, blend that ink into your paper. Don't just walk away. Blend it in so that you've got beautiful color and stuff. And then for our flowers, I wanted to do them in the Pretty Peacock, but I'm going to do them much lighter than I did the greens. So you see how I got a little bit of light green over there? I missed that. Let me get that blended in a little bit better on the ends there. There we go. Because when you pull it apart, it's going to have that lighter and that darker and everything else. Really nice. So this one, I want to go ahead and just wipe off on my cardstock. Just make sure I'm blending it out a little bit. And I'm going to start in the corner because I don't want these as dark. Okay. So that's all the color I'm going to add from that one. And then I want to come in and I want to add just a little bit of Coastal Cabana layered right in there. Let me grab a different brush. Got to find one of the brushes that don't got a lot of color on them, which is not hardly any of my brushes. And we'll use this one. Now, I just have cheapy brushes that I got from Amazon. A lot of people get cheapy brushes from Amazon. My brushes are so cheap, they're actually, some of them don't roll flat. They're actually a little bit blended. They're warped a little bit, and I'm just like, oh, that's funny. So just a little bit of the Coastal Cabana. I don't need to get rid of all of the Pretty Peacock. I know it looks like a hot mess right now, but I promise you it'll look good. Because that's the piece that's going to go on top of our rose. I want to make our rose part of the background. So I'm not going to try to pull these out until I pull my tape off the back. I don't want to rip anything. I don't want to damage anything. So I'm going to pull off my low-tack tape off the back. Throw that away. And then you can see that they've got all kinds of little bits and different shades. Like this edge is light, that edge is light, that edge is light. And then the same thing with the greenery. I just got to be careful because I don't want to break anything. And this one I like because the white from the cardstock comes through. So I'm like, oh, I love that. And you can choose the flowers. There's 2 different types of flowers in the die set, whichever one you want to use. And again, I'm just being careful so that I don't break any stems. There we go. Looks much better out than in. So let me show you how this looks. I'll pull that out and just show you how it looks just by itself. So it's got that dark, but it's still got the light. You could blend in a little bit more of the pretty peacock. You could do whatever you want. So I'm going to set those off to the side. My card base is an A2, like I said. And then I've got a couple little pieces left from cutting my other layers over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer these in. A little bit of liquid glue. Hopefully it's warmer than it was this morning, so it pours out nicely. Oh yeah, getting there. Okay. And this is a 1/4 inch shorter on each side. So this one is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to add this one at the top. And I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. I don't need it all the way to the tippy top. I just want to bring it down and kind of create that symmetry in it. Can't pick it up. So I'm going to wipe that off so it doesn't get on my scissors. Still going to get on my scissors a little bit, but not as bad. Okay. So there we go. Nice, easy peasy. And then I'm going to go ahead and add that to my card base and get that out of the way. I like runner for layers. Simple. A lot of people like liquid glue and stuff like that for layers. But for my inserts and stuff like that, I want them to stay. Just making sure we got the same amount of space everywhere. I think that's it. And then we'll start layering up our outer layers here. This is probably my favorite in the Stippled Rose pack, is this little blue flower. And Pool Party's got to be my next ink pad that I get, because like, go ahead and look at it this way. Okay, looks good. And then I'm just going to go ahead and layer that because everything else is going to be popped up. We'll do the sentiment last. No bow, no nothing. Really simple, easy to mail card. And this one is just a 1/16 smaller than my card base, or an 1/8. I think it's an 1/8. So it's just got a little bit of a white reveal all the way around. It's much harder for me to do. So You guys know my trick for layers. Where'd my cardstock go? I'm like, I lost it. Nope. Nope, I lost it. Okay, let me put my pin in my glue before it starts running everywhere. I lost my little layer. What do we do with it? Oh my goodness, I can't get it up. So, I always keep a little piece of paper, okay? And I'm just going to cut this into a couple pieces. They do not need to be even. They do not need to be perfect. I'm just putting them into a couple pieces, okay? They just need to be smaller than your die cut. If you're looking to make it a little bit more solid in the middle, this is the perfect way to do it. So I'm just adding a couple pieces together. Because I am using 80-pound cardstock, it can be a little floppy, you know. So you see here, in case I do need to trim it down a little bit, so I'm going to trim it down. Make it nice and even on both my sides. I don't know how even I can cut, but, you know, it's the idea, not the execution. So let's see. Oh, that's perfect. And it's just to give that middle section a little stiffness, so that when I add my foam to it, I've got something to lift it up by. There we go. And then that's where I'll put my foam. See, so if I have it like this, you can see that shadow. It just lifts it a little bit. And I'm only going to put 3 on this. So we're going to go ahead and I want to look at the stamp itself. So if you look at the stamp, it's basically set like this, but I don't need it like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just set it like this, like that, and then we're going to do the sentiment next. Oh, block. I'm like, what am I doing next? Oh, okay, block. Block, that's it. I need a block. And I've got my little strip, but I'm just going to bring in a piece of paper in case I'm off one way or the other. I know you guys can't see that great, but that's okay. You'll see it when I load up the ink. And for the ink, I wanted to go with the Garden Green again. Wow, it is really dark under there. I gotta fix that. When to go with Garden Green? It's a congratulations statement. And I left it plenty wide. I'm just gonna let that sit there for a minute. So I got the little congratulations. Need my stamp real quick. And then close my ink pad. Hey, Dana. So I'll get those out of the way. Now, I gave it plenty of room on both sides. You can see that. Easily gave it plenty of room. If you want to die cut this or do something else with it, go for it. I think I might trim it up just a little bit with my paper trimmer. I wish I had big scissors. Marcy did some really good tricks on having scissors and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I'm still learning. I'm just like everybody else. I'm learning every single day. That looks a little bit better. A little bit more even from this point to that point. So I'm happy with that. So I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and cut my corners. I know I may do it weird, but this is the way I learned how to do it. Because I can't tell center from anything. So just bring it down till you reach the middle of the words. Turn it back around and aim it towards the corner. There we go. So that was how I was taught. I was also taught cut the middle. I'm like, where's the middle? So we're gonna go ahead and open up a new package. That's 2. I don't need 2. I just need 1. So open up a big package. So if you've ever had trouble getting these to come open, just split them in half so that you can get your fingers under there. So we're going to grab 2 of those. 1 on this side, 1 on that side. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to add my congratulations. Like, I don't want to cover up all the leaves. So I think that's, oh, it went right in the spot, so I need 1 more. It went right in the spot where there's no extras. So I'm just going to lift that up, put another one on, and then lay it back down. So it's about even now. And I wanted it to be a little bit crooked because I'm going to add my leaves up here. But we got to glue our flowers on first. Aw, thanks. So the way I understood it is you can put them behind or you can put them in front. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my tweezers. And I'm just going to lay them behind and front, if you get my drift. So I'm picking up the leaves area. There's a different flower. Like I said, you can go with either one. So I'm going to lay that one behind and then this one in front. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue in the back. Grab my tweezers again. And I'm going to put this one in front because being in back is not as important. And on that last one, same thing. I'm going to put it in front instead of behind, but you could do it either way. So just a little bit of glue. Put your finger right on that leaf that you want to work with. Make sure your greenery is showing a little bit. That way you've got the extra glue on your finger and not all over your space. Okay? So then we're going to add a little bit of glue here and there towards the bottom only. I think that part and that part. And I like to leave the top free to kind of wiggle all around and everything else. So I'm going to lift up the leaves. So the leaves can kind of go on the top there of my little congratulations. And then add the other ones to the back. But the tops ones, they got a little bit more life. You can just kind of roll them up a little bit with your fingertips. So they stand up a little bit more. They'll still get squished with a card, but I think it's cute. So I'm going to grab this one and just kind of roll it up with my tweezers. And then I did want to add a little dot, and I've got these Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems. I want to use the Pretty Peacock. And again, you wouldn't know that I used Pretty Peacock because, one, I made sure I did it nice and light, and then I mixed in a little Coastal Cabana to give a little zhuzh. Oh, thanks. I'm always worried whether or not I'm accomplishing anything or not. You know, it's like, oh, okay, that's good. It's good. It works. I had a totally different project designed, and then I saw another lady do a similar one, and I was like, well, can't do that one anymore. So I'm going to add 5 this time because I got a lot of space. So I'm going to do 3 large and 2 small. And you guys know me, I like to pair. Always odd with me. And I think we'll go this way, up here like that. And then as far as the middles go, I've got a little different gem that I'm going to add in the middle of those just to give us this another color. Just another color. And these are from the opaque faceted gems. And I think these are supposed to be petal pink or like a peachy color. I don't know what it is. I don't know all the colors yet. So I think that's a great way to do it. Just to kind of build it out and everything. Again, if you want your petals to stick up, just hold. I'm going to hold it down and then I'm going to lift the petals up a little bit. There we go. And just go around and do the same thing. Hold your flower in place. You don't want it to flick off or anything. Just use your little piercing tool and pick up a couple of the petals. They don't all have to be picked up. Just 1 or 2. And like I said, if you put your finger there, you can kind of wrap it around your fingertip. I think it looks cute. It's a good one. It's a good one. I was like, where'd my little hook go? So it's really funny because I have them all on a little hook for my IKEA pegboard system. So that way I can just flip through them. There we go. Now, if you wanted to, you could add another sentiment in the inside. I'm not really an inside sentiment. Heck, I'm not even an outside sentiment. Most of the time, I like to leave my cards blank as far as sentiments, because then I can choose, even if it's in my stockpile, I can use it for anything I want. You know, I'm not limited to just what I've made or just what I've got hanging around or anything else like that, you know. So hang on, let me get you down and show you a close-up. Oh, okay. And then I just want to show you. See, and that's one of those things. I'd rather have space to write than anything, but you see the little bit of picking it up. Just picking up a couple of the spots. You don't have to do it. And my card is hanging off a little, my sentiment's hanging off a little bit off the page, but when I push it down, it's not hanging off at all. It looks like it's hanging off the page when you hold it up. It's like, ooh, that looks pretty close. Let me get that back. Turning it back around is so much easier than flipping it the other way. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thursday will be another step on the crafty space that we're working on. Okay, so we're going through drawers. You're gonna go, Eva, and I know I'm gonna go like, I know it's bad. The reason I want to go through drawers is because I got a giant box that's going to be going to the Boys and Girls Club thrift store. And I want to make sure that everything that needs to go is going to go. And then I have another thing that I've got that I need to separate from that that's going to a crafty friend. They know who they are. One of my goals in almost every single card that I make is how can I change a simple element and make it a little bit more intense, because you were like, oh wow, that rose is intense when I stamped it, when I double stamped it to stamp off. And you look at it like that and you're like, wow, that really is intense. Just don't forget to stamp off on large images. Sometimes it can make them look more beautiful in an unintentional way. So I'm going to set those right there to put them away. But again, Stippled Rose is going to be around till the end of April. The freebies for getting Stippled Rose, well, not so much. We got another week on that. And then that will be gone. It'll be gone forever and ever until next year. I can't wait until next year's celebration, because this one was so incredible. So many good stamp sets, so many good freebies. I think that's the part that always makes me really happy with celebration, is that You never know what they're going to put out, but boy, did they do it great this year. I've seen celebrations before, liked them, loved this one. They added new items, so don't forget about that. Again, on March 5th, on the online exclusives, there's going to be new items. And I don't need to say this, but if you're looking for a demonstrator, check out the demonstrator locator. What did they call it? Find a demonstrator button in the options, because there's people all over this country, Canada, everywhere else. So let me show you this again. And I love that paper. It almost looks like it's textured or something. Oh, I could have done that as a in my embossing folder. Oh, that would have even taken it up to the next level. Thank you. I appreciate it. So when I say, like, go see a go find a demonstrator locally, is because I'm not a demonstrator right now. I will be joining back up very soon. Just a couple more months, I'll be signing back up. And then we will dive directly into the catalog. Now, I'm going to have a guest star to help me go through the catalog, and we're going to talk about all of our favorite things, what we love, what is the first things we're going to buy, what's not so much the first things, what the new in colors are going to be, all of that fabulous stuff. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be showing a catalog. And this is once the catalog is released to the public. We can't do it before then. I can't do it because I don't have access to it. Anyway, oh, that's kind of weird. It was a pop-up. I don't get those often on here. If you want the celebration freebies, get in there, get yourself an order so that you can pick that thing that you want for free. Every $50 and $100. They've got some really cool stuff at the $100 level. Of course, if you're looking for a demonstrator and you don't have one, you can check out Marcy Besecker. You can check out Sandy Soris, Tammy Hine, as well as a slew of other great demonstrators out there. So many amazing videos this week. Different demonstrators, different hobbyists and stuff like that. Just creators all together that made a beautiful, beautiful different designs and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a great time and you got a few hours in an evening, check out Marcy Besecker's YouTube page. She's got a link on her bingo from last night for the next bingo. It's going to be held at the beginning of March. So check that out if you want to join bingo. 4 cards, 4 bingos. Chance to win $100 in products, so don't forget to check that out. What else we got going on? There's a lot of stuff happening with a lot of the different demonstrators. It's so amazing what they're doing. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys had a great time watching me make this. Again, don't forget to stamp off. Don't forget to use your low-tack tape to keep those die cuts in place so that you can ink them up without ripping anything. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, it was my pleasure. Always my pleasure. Thanks again. You guys have a great evening, safe weekend, and as always, stay crafty, and thanks for joining me. Bye, everyone. Now there's the awkward, I gotta go reach for the button because I don't have any other way to do it. I'm gonna do it. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.